Well, up rough roads ahead. Thank you if you prayed for me. It opened the mind, and it's not good because it already tightened up, so everything's kind of damaged. But I forgot to take my magnesium salt, my salt baths, Epsom salt baths. As soon as I mean, it's not perfect, but I got in there and it released. If I had been taking them like once a week or something, right, that's the difference between this year and last year. Right. But again, they will it away. When I buy Epsom salt, they will see it, they will it away. Maybe even maybe even psyop it. They might even actually be out there with direct energy and ultrasonics. We don't know. Nobody cares anymore. Well, God will take care of it. See, if I had a bathtub in here, I don't have a bathtub in my apartment because they Judenroused me every time I tried to rent an apartment before this one. Right. Well, I've been in. This is probably the only one I ever looked at without a bathtub, and I couldn't even see it. And see, that's their curse. I couldn't even see it. It didn't have a bathtub. Stuck in here at least like a year and a half already. I have a little vinyl bathtub, but it's not the same. Correct. And this is what they do. I mean, even when I left the Marshal Service, and who gets to follow me after I leave the Marshal Service? Who gets to do that? There was nothing there. You all knew it. You all knew exactly what you were doing to try to force me into things. It's like a sex cult over there. And couldn't keep their eyes off my wife. I mean, I'm just talking about a regular life. I mean, these people should have been. And you know what? They're crooks involved. They're crooks that paid money. Correct. Well, it's not perfect, but it is. It's not. I mean, it was tight, killing me. But now all the tissues have to heal again because now everything's weepy from being stretched. That's what was happening. That was the pain. Everything was being stretched and crunched. I don't know. I mean, surgery may be the only answer, but again, I was supposed to figure this out 3-4 years ago. You're supposed to stay away from me, all of you. No, it wasn't right. I thought it healed, but it was obvious that my mind couldn't see it. But I mean, I knew it didn't heal. I mean, you couldn't believe that I was healed. Right? They're trying to get me to say I was healed so they could say, okay, we can psyop you for the last 3 years. They knew I wasn't healed. They're trying to force a suicide. Yes. Or false acting out in violence. I mean, these cops got to go, man. You find a cop like that, you get rid of them. Or God will start taking you all to hell. No, I couldn't get to it. I'm having trouble getting to the massage too. I have no idea. They must have did something. Could be ultrasonics. Right. They might be brainwashing all of us. Now, I did tell you to pay attention to the judges and what they want. You'll have your day in court. You just have to slow down. Right. Can Pamela Bondi or Pam Bondi tell them to explain it to them? I mean, they may be coming from me, or maybe they don't even see my stuff. I don't know if anybody sees it. Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, got a lot of like weird non-specific pain. That could be mold, right? And it's going to snow again. No, when I was in Oklahoma City, and when I was at the extended stay here, I took a lot of salt baths, like many. Right. And last year here, I took salt baths. This year I couldn't get to them. So whoever was watching me when I bought the Epsom salt willed them away. That's what cops do all day. Will down people's lives, try to make them sick. And then, of course, they call me a crook, right? I mean, that's how this happens. They physically block my massage and then will it away. Right. No, part of this might just be that, I have the foot spur kind of weird stuff going on my feet and the flat feet that's causing the back to tighten up and then causes all the additional injury and pain. So I was well for a little bit. Well, it's not as tight as it was. Oh, God, thank God. I was spraying it with magnesium oil and wasn't doing a darn thing, but I have to be careful because that magnesium oil can cause the stomach to have like a GERD. Right. It was just insane. Like everything I used to do to stay well, just gone by the time I got to Texas. Or while I was even in Texas, also massage, salt baths. Just again, if they'd have left my life be, everything would have worked. Right. But again, they're willing me down, and I can't think through it right. Like when the guy said about the bathtub overflowing, I just said it's not supposed to overflow. Something's wrong with it. Get your maintenance guy in there. Right. But I couldn't think that. You see, they did something to my mind. Right. That was in Santa Fe. That's one of the reasons I left, because I couldn't get salt baths, I couldn't get massages. And then I was worried about the new governor being corrupt, right? Because I was supporting Trump, right? Then when I moved to the Republican city, it wasn't any better. Still a little sore, but it's definitely not where it was an hour ago. No, I was going down hard. I couldn't get it to unlock. Maybe needed again. It's just so weird when you're in this position. Everybody's saying, "Well, you shouldn't get surgery," but if it doesn't heal without surgery, then there's no right. I mean, there's no doubt that my legs will be back to normal if I have my spine fused, or probably even the other procedure the doctor was talking about. My sciatic nerve will be totally unpinched. Now, there might be some other residual things, but I should have had it done. I just couldn't get to it. And again, I have no idea how that happens. Because the surgeon that did the other guy is just an everyday run-of-the-mill surgeon, right? It's not, cutting-edge robotics and all of it. I mean, it's got some, but right, it's not University of Pennsylvania or Jefferson Hospital. Right? Plus, they wouldn't let me be. They just would not let me be that whole time. And they know it. That's why they're doing it. Right. Yeah, I should have been able to get to Philadelphia, right? That would would have been the key. Thank you, Larry. Oh, so now there's all that residual pain again. I mean, if they just stay away from me, I have a place that I live, I have a regimen, and I do it. Right. Oh, yes, I can blame all of you. Devils, demons, antichrist, witches and sorcerers, criminals, psychological operators, torturers. But now, like I said, even though I got it unlocked, it just tore up a lot of the tissue that healed recently. Right. If they stayed away from me, I got that ablation procedure, and then maybe not the procedure, but at least get it tested. And then if it worked, that procedure. I mean, I have no idea what they think they're doing and how this is allowed. The cops are involved. They show that the cops are involved. Right. That's their key. Nothing you can do, the cops are involved. That's the deep state key. Yeah, believe it or not, you probably have MAGA cops in Amarillo, and they're deep state. Right. These fusion centers, they're probably deep state. Get the little phone call and do the little business and get their little money. Disgusting filth. Then they do it like they should be like fired for not getting all the background information before they do it. But that's how they use. Well, I didn't know what it was about. I just, I did what they told me. Well, then you're not supposed to do it, right? The excuse that the deep state uses is a reason to fire. I'm definitely better outside. Right. That's happened in Amarillo too. But what happens is when everything tightens up and cramps up, it starts destroying your muscles, right? And your ligaments stretch. So when you try walking, when it loosens, you're like floppy. It like sucks, right? I probably should have got the surgery now that I couldn't see. I couldn't see. They kept cursing me, kept willing me down, kept psychologically operating me. And then I got pain on top of it, right? Most of the pain did go away, but I was still cramped up. Maybe that's why I didn't feel the pain, right? I just shouldn't have been in my life like that. Correct. That's the bottom line. I'm going to call the senator and talk to him. Give him all the names I know about deep state. Let them run that down. All right, nothing's happened. I don't have my retirement. Maybe nobody hears me. So I have to call the senator and get them on the VA. I don't even know how it's going to work. But again, they should be forced to give it to me right away. Correct. That's the key. I'm not supposed to call the congressperson. Right. Oh, it's still a little crazy, but it's working better. Right. I have no idea, all of you. It should have just left my life be. Decades of that shit. I can't even explain to you what it is. It's just a terror from them. They probably drugged me. I mean, there's probably nothing I could do. They drugged their victim so the victim can't get out of it or think their way out of it. Right? I could have been a healthy man. Very healthy man. I was a very healthy man. I just needed them to stop. It was obvious I was 100% disabled from age 40 on. Here we are 20 years later, and they're still wondering if they get to hit me again for money. State troopers, local cops, PIs, drug dealers, pimps, sex traffickers. You just got to be careful about those cops. A lot of them are perpetrating a fraud. They'll point you in the wrong direction. I've never pointed any of you in the wrong direction, I'll tell you that. Everything I told you to do that first administration was golden. Right? But you gave me nothing, didn't protect me. So how's this working? I barely walk right now because I'm so screwed up. Everything's like floppy. I had healed of this. Still a little pain. It's in the legs. I don't. It doesn't feel like it's this at this point the sciatica. But I guess it could be. I just think that those tissues are just so damaged. Right. Like the left side doesn't hurt as much, but that's the one that's got, I think, the worst side where the sciatica nerve actually has something on it. So it doesn't make sense to me. Right. They just should have been forced to stay away from me. I mean, that's bottom line. I mean, I don't understand it at all, how people are allowed to do this kind of thing. I mean, they screwed up my head all day long. I can't even imagine how much money they spent to do this to me. I mean, government and private sector. I guess the one judge is saying that you're not meeting the unfreezing of funds requirement. I kind of wish that judge wasn't an Obama judge because I'd rather it, again, but you can't hyper focus on that. Right. I kind of wish that he wasn't an Obama judge because it would just mean more to the president if it was a Republican judge. Right. Because he's just going to reason that shit. In his head, unreasonably, of course. All right. Right. Well, I knew how this was going to go because I'm a seer. Right. Nah, you know, a lot of what they're asking you to do is just basic law. I mean, when you pick somebody, when you pick people that don't know anything about anything, then what do you expect? I used to wonder if Elon, like, does Elon's attorneys even talk to him? Because he damages the case. I mean, yeah, he got money and he got out of it, but right. Well, I can't even lay down. Is what I'm getting sick when I lay down. I can try, but I wish I could. I'm real messed up. I was good for a while. I was getting healed, and then this doesn't look good. Oh my god. They sent booby-trapped drone headsets. Oh, it was a fraudulent company. Right. I mean, the main company was real. What are they doing? No, he wants all the land. I thought he didn't want the land. Right. Or what he didn't care about. That's why I told him to get in there and just, yeah, ugh. Right. Well, if it, I don't know if Russia's bluffing or not, but well, I don't know what's going on there. No, my back was way too tight this afternoon. Look, Barrett recused. She's trying to be honorable. Justice Supreme Court Justice. Amy Coney Barrett is probably the likeliest defector. Right. Five. I guess I was better physically when I was sick. Right. I guess I had a little bit of pain, but I think I was better physically. So maybe it's the massages I need to get back to. Oh, right. See when it tightens up, it stretches everything. Then when it loosens, then yeah, then you have issue from it being too loose.
José Ron Medina Aranda, de Ucrania, batallón 49, Carvajal. Mi nombre es Alexander, mi apellido es Andy, de batallón 48, Carvajal.
I guess a couple of Colombian people got kidnapped and sent to Russia. Fighting in Ukraine. There's another case? Oh, I thought you beat that case. Got it snoozing off again. I'm reading, trying to read. I took that salt bath. Yeah, my left side was sore the day yesterday, I guess, and then I Slept on my other side, and then my right side was where it's getting crunched. I got to get not to crunch, right? Well, the question about my vision about the assassination, right? Could it have been direct energy or ultrasonics or something, right? Now, that's another question, right? So, did they know that was going to happen? Well, yeah, Elon Musk is allowed to cut federal government spending because the president has set him on that mission, but there's requirements that all of that entails. You have to meet those requirements. Ooh, I'm like zoning here. I guess what I can do is actually move to the other side of the bed. Yeah, I'm trying to lay down. I can't walk anymore. I'm just too tired. And the legs are funny. I mean, these people had no respect for anything all those years. Not let me get well, would not let me stay well, even after, tremendous downturn and pain and suffering. I could have stayed well the rest of my life if they were controlled the way they were supposed to be controlled. Right. I mean, they're sick, just sick people. And they're out there as multimillionaires for torturing people. And they pick people. It's a scam. I'm trying to tell you, it's a scam. Right. Now, the judge in Rhode Island is the chief judge. Be careful of that. Right. You're not going to play games. Right. Right. You have to remember, judges were given life tenure for a reason. Right. And, questioning the authority of the courts is stupid. I mean, it's obvious it's a check and balance, and that's how it works. Right. I mean, you've already skirted any possibility of independent counsel, I guess. I don't know if there's something I missed. Right. At least for 2 years. Well, they could take the House and the Senate. Well, actually, no, they can't appoint one. They used to be able to appoint one, but I don't know if they can. Right. Can the House or Senate appoint an independent counsel? Okay, it's only the Attorney General. Yeah, I think it was 1999 when that. Right. Yeah. So they used to be like that. All right. That should still be really. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, you're going to get over it. It's okay. It's just, if we're to fix the government, that should be. Right. Well, it might also have stopped Biden. Right. There's the old, I think the old one. Yeah, in 1987 they could. All right. Special counsel, somebody, Attorney General. Yeah, just the Attorney General at this point. I think that was a bad idea. I mean, I think the House and the Senate may have needed additional wording, right? And I'm not just saying about Trump, right? Just for the U.S. government, right? What I'm trying to do is study what they believe could happen if Elon Musk doesn't obey the court. Right. Okay, yeah, so here it is. The contempt of court is a civil remedy, even though it's right. So Trump can't pardon contempt of court. So again, the key is you're not really being stopped completely, right? And that judge did, and I think that is where there might be an issue, right? Well, the judge should say, provide cleared people, and you can continue working, and you can give that work to the cleared people, right? I don't think the only answer is stop, and I guess stop is part of their lawsuit, right? But not destroy the work. But then again, if you had a cleared person, is there even an issue? So jail ice is still out there, I guess. I just wouldn't mess with the judges. I try to work with them. Because you haven't even tried to work with them yet. Trying to will some shit in my head. So who's watching me? They don't stop, man. They're sick. Been sick their whole life. Yeah, I believe that they're using ultrasonics. Just got hit with something, I think. Unless it's just a metaphysical. Nah, they had no right to be in my life. Not one bit. Playing their game out. I don't know, something's wrong with my internet here. All right, let's go to Drudge. Let's see what's on Drudge. Noam is definitely on that stuff that helps you lose weight. Right. Unless that was AI photo. God bless you, sir. Yeah, so, right. But it's not time to yell at the judges. If they, they go through the process, and if there's an issue, at a certain point, you could maybe say that. Thank you, Larry. See, I thought that Cash Patel would go faster than Gabbard and RFK Jr. Right. Oh, I forgot to go to Mark Wayne Mullen. See what he's up to. I know what he wants. Be a lot of uploads, I guess. Something saying that if that tissue is healable, it's not going to heal until you get multiple massages and corticosteroid. That's what something just said. I don't know if it will or won't, but right, because it was just cramped for too long. Don't listen. Okay, so there's people setting you all up. They say ignore this clown. Yeah, be careful about ignoring the judges. And they put them on libs of quick TikTok. I mean, you're disrespecting the judges. It's just not going to go good. You're going to have reason to hate them if you keep doing that, all of you. These are big judges. This guy's a senior judge. The other one was a chief judge. Well, you all go to conservative judges, they go to liberal judges. That's obvious. What was the problem with that order? What were they saying? There he goes again, snoozing. Well, it's just these are standard processes. If if somebody wants to explain it, you just go back to the Biden administration and what you all did, and it's just these are just standard practice because you're crunched, and you could appeal on a crunch time that you have to vote on a budget in March, and you want to get this thing done, right? Interesting. IRS officers to help with deportation effort. That's cool. That's task force work, right? Okay, so we're already moving. Here's spy plane. So I guess they're moving on the cartels with the spy planes, so they're getting ready to figure things out. Like, yeah, I can't reiterate enough. There's no reason to speak those upset words with the judges. I mean, you can articulate something intelligent, that's fine. I think the intelligent articulation is that you are under a rough, not rough, a time sensitive schedule, right? And they're making it difficult. Okay, you appeal it. You can even appeal it. You're just going to piss the judge off. It doesn't make any sense. In fact, I think in a regular court they could hold that in contempt of court. Right. Yeah, so just don't do it. There's no need to do it. It'll go smoother, and then you can always do it later. You know, right? Correct. I mean, not full bore, but you know, you can. Well, it's just there's an intelligent way to do it. Let me see what I got going on here. It's saying I still have that. Let me see if it's true. I think I used up my Instacart freebies. Yeah, I couldn't get anywhere with with my with the pain management guy yet. They can't. I had to cancel the appointment because I was still sick, and I'm just not even sure, you know, if I have what I have available. Right. I have to. It's hard to get to them. It's very difficult. They have so many numbers that don't seem to get anywhere. They say they'll call you back, and they don't. Oh my God. Now they should have stayed away from my life. I could have stayed healthy. I was a good guy. I got to Oklahoma. I was making coffee for people, but I didn't finish that story. Right, so that's why maybe this happened. So there's this young girl, and she told me she had heart trouble and that her sister died. And I believe it, but she's just was kind of one off. So I was wondering if it was real. Right, like she has a birth defect where she could just die. That's what she told me. She said her sister had already died, her twin sister or something. Nice. A nice girl, good looking, but young. So she's like catty corner in my room, and I'm not trying to get with her or nothing, but like after a while, I started making her like coffees, good, coffee drinks, because I had a Bevel coffee maker and a Breville coffee maker, and it has it grind the beans and everything. So Valentine's Day rolls around. That's what made me start speaking about Valentine's Day. And this dude like was hanging. It's his mother's girlfriend, or it's her mother's girlfriend, and her mother is like beautiful. I didn't even. I just kind of felt that she was beautiful. I didn't see her in that particular place, but her mother has psychological issues, and I would just talk to her every so often. And so this guy brings her like this stuff for Valentine's Day, and I'm like, that's kind of weird, right? But he's the mother's girlfriend, a boyfriend, and you know, I couldn't even imagine like trying to hit on both of them. It just because the mother is so beautiful, but the mother got violent with him, and she got thrown out of there. Right? They show up though later in my uh, other extended stay place I was staying, and it was just I saw her, but she had to move because she wasn't allowed to stay there. But that's when I figured out, like, she's beautiful, right? The daughter would have probably most likely wanted her with me because she actually the guy she was hanging out with, the older guy, I guess it was by default, right? But she was mad at him because she said my mother never used drugs until that guy came along. They met in like a bar, and then the marriage, fell apart, and right. So it's like all the things they're trying to say about me are happening around me all day long, and nobody cares. How do I know what you're trying to say about me? It's pretty obvious. Then you try to blackmail me over it and extort me over it. Exactly. I mean, if you're trying to blackmail me over it, obviously I'll see it. Right. It's hard to think back to that time period because I was still healthy. Right. And they just forced me to leave Oklahoma. It just made no sense, to stay there. But they had already worn me out for years before that. So like people everywhere I go, there was like all these people. Yeah, it was like a fraudulent, a fabricated investigation. But no, it was real. There were real cops involved and stuff. Right. Just so bizarre. Trying to get in my head. Kind of projecting. I should be put in the hell for that. He's all mad because I tell the truth. They're all mad because I tell the truth. Now I'm looking for veggie straws and I can't find them. Maybe they could deliver. I guess I go buy them. I don't think I'm well enough now to go. Yeah, I got a lot of pain a little bit starting. Try to lay down, but the key is to not let the tightness, right? But then you got to start over again. Oh, oh, oh. That right side's still a little jammed up. Yeah, probably 4 years ago I should have got the surgery. That's why they worked so hard to make sure I didn't. Right. I mean, these are professional spy operators, man. Right. All they had to do was stay away from my life. And they wouldn't probably go to hell. Like if somebody told you to do something to me and you refused, you probably would never be put in the hell. It's that important to God. Oh wait, I think I know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Something's weird. Right. Is humidity? Yeah, it's humidity. It's too dry. I just took a bath and it's already dry. Well, I was hoping to reach some sort of resolution on this. Like I get better and I stay better a little bit. Oh, oh God. No, the doctor, he seemed pretty sure of the procedure, and of course, he's just a doctor like every other doctor, right? But I felt confident with him. He wasn't the one that the lady tried to get me with, but she, it was kind of a weird case because I wasn't in the Philadelphia Delaware Valley, so he really didn't want to, I guess I don't know. He weirds him out, I guess, because I'm coming from Texas, even though I was supposed to move to my brother's, right? Thank you, Larry. He was like, she was going to hook me up with like the star doctor, but I ended up with this other guy, which kind of weirded me out a bit. But he seemed pretty confident about the procedure. I mean, he wasn't like, until I asked, he wasn't like pushing anything, right? And then when I said, well, how, what are the results after the procedure? And he goes, oh, he says, or how soon? And I asked, how soon does it? He said, right away. He says, you actually, the bone gets off the nerve, the leg fires right back up again, right? And then, back to normal generally. Right? It's just the question of whether there's some other issue that creeps up, right? But I mean, if you really think about, I had the ability not to have this happen in my lifetime, right? It's just, my life would have just been way different, no matter what the excuse they use, right? I mean, if they'd have just let me get in a church and get a wife, my life would have been way different, right? But they just wouldn't let me. And there are questions about like the foot and all that, and the ankles, if I had that all worked out by massage, and would that actually, work better? Allow this all to sit in better, right? And I got my new inserts I'm supposed to pick up tomorrow. It's weird because I don't feel cold anymore. What the hell was that about? I have no idea what's going on with that. Maybe it's when all that pain and everything. Who knows what it probably cuts my circulation, right? I mean, it's cool in here now, and I feel fine. It was like hot in here before, and I was just all screwed up, right? I mean, they had more knowledge of what happens if I weren't to go to get to massage. I mean, they knew. There's no doubt, right? I mean, they're criminal. They're criminals, man. Every last one of them. Kind of sucks that it's cold, and it's going to be really cold for the next week, and it's going to be snow. Right. Let me see something here too. Let me look at the pollen wise. Now the right side lower is still kind of crazy. Right. Not feeling right. It's kind of puffed up, swollen. Something happened weird recently that I find strange. I received, it could be just something weird, right? But I received, like I'm talking about ultrasonics, I received an anti-gay message. I don't know if it's ultrasonics or what. I saw like a vision of something gay, and then it went no. I don't know. It could have been a dream or something. That would be a first, because they try to do it the other way, right? Well, yeah, the mold was down. It's down, but it's on its way back up. Oh wait, that's the dust. Right, right. The mold's back. Mold's going down. And I wonder if it's real. Probably. I guess it has to be, right? So the mold's going down, and I'm starting to feel better. I mean, I hope it's real. Right. That makes sense, huh? Correct. My right side is still definitely too tight. I have an appointment tomorrow for the orthotics. You taking notes? He's passing it on. Everything I told you. Yes. So your orthotics. I got this appointment with the orthotics, right. And I want to get a massage tomorrow, but because if I don't, actually, I want to get a massage, but if I don't get it tomorrow, it's going to snow. Right. I'm so. I still have some pain, but it's not like before where it was like I mean, it was real. That part was real, right? I wish you'd all just send me an email and tell me my VA disability is under review due to my complaint, right? And then I wouldn't have to call a center and reveal all the deep state information and names. I will mention somebody else's name that I haven't mentioned yet. Thank you, Larry. I can tell her, man. My smiley rice just dropped. I don't know. They tried to destroy my health again. Right. I mean, enough's enough. I obviously have Persian Gulf War syndrome. Right. You look at Trump. You look at all the other people. Right. 100%. I mean, they're still healthy pretty much, right? And yeah, they have more money than me, but right. I think Trump would have got the surgery already because he'd have great doctors and be assured, and then he'd go and he'd be well again, right? I should have. It'd probably been a better 4 years. Correct. Well, because it's a pinched nerve, right? And like I don't feel pain on the left right now from it, but it's diminishing the strength in that leg. Right. The right side should be doing something similar, but it gets all irritated and swollen. And I think that's something different. Right. It was very important for me to stay in massage therapy, all of you. Very important. But they othered me, and that was it. You know, they made me the person everybody wanted to take out. Paid them well to do it. I don't even know how I'm going to sleep tonight. Hopefully I sleep. Now there's extra pain all throughout my body. I need to get a steroid treatment, but I can't. I got to get the appointment now. They called me to reschedule, and I forgot about it. There was just so much going on and so much trying to get well. Oh my God! I think this apartment's sick. I really do. Right. I'm stuck in here. If I can't charge. And good. It probably cost me like $3,000 or something to get out of here. Right. Yeah, they could send me money if they wanted. I wouldn't have to do anything and just send it. Say we decide to pay you for something. Right. Thanks, sir. Try to eat something, see if it'll settle my stomach. Oh, that right leg is screaming. Right. It's so weird how the left leg is just chilled. Right. And sometimes it's the other way. Right. But I definitely should have been looking into treatments over the years. Right. They just got me all screwed up. They just kept torturing me. I mean, really, that's what it is. There's no reason to stop. I mean, why should I stop? Because you tortured me over the years and tried to kill me? That's why I should stop? You people are nuts. So, like, you know, they talk about the lower lumbar, but the thing is, I got something going on in my ear, like around my ear. It's like a pulling sensation in my upper back. But I mean, it goes away when I get the back to relax. So I'm thinking, you know, this might be somewhat healable. I don't know. I trust in the Lord to be able to do something like that, you know. But again, I believe in surgery if that's what the Lord needs, you know. Right. I just wish they weren't, you know, that somebody took an interest to stop them. Right. So that I could just have lived a normal life. Or even once they messed it up that bad, to at least had a normal opportunity to seek health care. No, the real-time operating mental illness. If you heal, they attack you. Thank you, Larry. Story of my life at this point. I mean, people in the U.S. Marshal Service just deciding somebody has to die. What the hell is that? Not because they get paid. That's really what it is. They want to act like there's something else there. Yeah, we don't have to send troops in unless you're looking for somebody. Right. Right, sure. If you try to get it to zero collateral damage, if you use a drone, right. The only thing that's going to mess us up is collateral damage. Right. You know, the weird thing is, like, I'm not getting anything in life because they're cursing it off, but they're like young kids are getting like things that like I should get. It was weird. Right. Right. Things that I earned in life. No, I can't take a an Advil because it'll mess up my stomach and then it'll be worse. It's like horrible. Right. But at a certain point I can if I get all to heal. Right. I mean, really, that severe indigestion could also be triggered by like mold. Right. That's the weird part. Right. It may not be something else. Or I mean, it could be something else, but the mold causes it to. Yeah, but and I have really weird reactions to mold, right? Correct. And that could be Persian Gulf War syndrome, right? I don't know because I wouldn't put it past them to send me false mold readings just to make me so I can't figure out what's wrong, right? So I go to Massage Envy, and I don't know if she's part of it, but this young girl who's really nice. I like nice people, So I schedule my appointment, and she goes, "Are you stalking me?" And they may have told her to say something like this, right? "Are you stalking me because you're always here when I'm here?" I'm like, "What?" I don't. What it is, I don't call my phone. See, they may have been trying to get me to call my appointments in, so they don't have to tell them when it is. Right. I actually have the information because I say it on the wiretap, and then they share it with everyone. Right. But that's the only reason I was there, and I enjoyed talking to her because she was a nice person. Right. Right. I mean, just like the 65-year-old woman that I talked to at the DMV Express every time I go there. Same woman, we have conversations usually. I mean, it's just how the world actually works, right? Agreed, Larry. Well, it seems like my right side's jammed up somehow, but I can feel it. Like this doesn't have to be if I can soften it, right? And if I soften it, I don't know what it's going to be, but I don't think I'll have as many issues I had. No, I haven't had a good corticosteroid treatment or massages in years, like 5 years. I can't even believe it's this far along. Well, because what they're doing is they're just attacking me and causing it, and then I move somewhere, and then it's like 2 years here, 2 years there. I mean, they know what they're doing to waste your life. They should have stopped before I even got to Naples, right? I should have went to California, and that should have been it, right? I can't believe my Bronco made it back because it was screwed up in California. It was okay on the highway, but boy, off the highway, it was like missing. But I went from California, and I went north. I think first. I can't remember, but I think I went north. Right. Well, the key was for me to get married. If I'd have got married, everything would have worked. I knew that. Hashem said that, and I knew it. Right. Believe me, it works better because then the wife can figure things out too. Right. And so they, well, you forgot to do this. Hey, you have to go do that. Right. 100%. I did a lot for my wife because of the things that happened in her life, and I felt bad for her. But it's just we had a split. It just would not work. Right? It was just for the kids' sake. Actually, this is part of it because I had to save my job is what I was trying to do. Right? That's part of it. Right? Because again, she's trying to take my job. I'm trying to save my job. Because I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why would she try to destroy my job? I'm the guy that she doesn't work. I'm the guy that makes money, right? And she was supposed to have like $1 million lawsuit. And again, I would have let her have it. I wouldn't have fought for it, right? But this deep state took it out. I mean, that's how bad it is. They scammed us twice with attorneys. They tell us something that wouldn't be in the contract, right? It wouldn't matter if it was in the contract when we signed it. I mean, deep state can do anything, right? Can make it look like the original, right? I mean, if we took it to somewhere, but but the deep state, it is the FBI. They're not going to say anything, right? Well, I'm uncramped, so that's part of what the problem is. But I can't stay cramped. And I probably shouldn't have stayed cramped for that period of time anyway, right? It was screwing up my digestion and everything, right? Worse than this, right? Now I'm like in Walmart in Oklahoma, or in Moore, Oklahoma, and she shows up, and she's just trying to put this raw security woman and her husband in front of me for nothing. There's nothing happening there, right? Trying to make the cuck scenario again, right? I mean, there's just no reason for this to be done to my life. I mean, didn't you think someday I might talk about everything? Right. I mean, these people are so irresponsible. I don't have a clue. And again, I knew they were like shitty people and shitty officers, and they made them like huge because they're the only ones that get to use the system, right? In other words, if you aren't part of the deep state, Rick Henry's deep state, Johnny Hughes' deep state, I believe Jonathan Luna's friend is deep state, no matter whether she's an okay person or not around me, right? People wouldn't get there without being deep state, right? There's others, right? So if you're not deep state and you're good, they'll do stuff to handicap you. But if you're deep state, like you won't get the, like I said, you call headquarters, hey, years ago to triangulate. So, hey, can you triangulate that phone? If it's one of the deep state, to go, yeah, sure, right, and they'll do it like right away. But you call, they'll be like, oh no, we ain't got time, right? They're not really great officers. They're just made to look great, right? They're actually shitty officers, like because you can see what I can do, right? They can't. They always try to say, "Oh, we got millions of people like Moore and DHS." That's they say shit like that. If somebody says something about it, yeah, I probably should have fused my spine 4 years ago. Now seeing where I am, it was a false healing. It wasn't real. I thought I healed to a certain degree, right? And I was never, obviously, I wouldn't be, even with a fused spine, they have to stay away, right? There's no reason for them to be in my life to begin with. Yeah, I should have packed my stuff today, and I'm hoping the new inserts do better than these. Right? I don't know if these shoes work or not. Best I could do on short notice. I know I couldn't use the other shoes. I mean, they're definitely flat, like more flat, so they track in a more neutral way, right? Nah, I just needed to be with a woman, and I'd have been fine in life, right? Again, they knew that. So every turn, they just screwing everything up and paying millions of dollars to do it. I'm sure of it. So a lot of those U.S. aid or yeah, USAID payments, that's deep state payment. Now there are intelligence payments. So what they did is they took the intelligence payment system and then used it corruptly. That's what they're doing all the time, taking all of the legitimate process and using it illegitimately. So I see this guy, he's like, I don't know, 45, 50, right? I guess 50. And he's always like, remember I said he in Oklahoma City, he was with that really good looking woman and then with the daughter, and then you'd given her Valentine's Day. But you always see him with the daughter, and she like drives him around. Something's going on there, right? Right. But nobody cares, right? They're just going to try to make up some shit about me. So you got a disabled woman, and you got her daughter being, shacked up with this guy, and you're not interested. I mean, adult services should have been called in to tell you the truth. I didn't think of it till now. Why do I have to think about it? Right. Oh, she's mentally ill, and he's hooking her on drugs. Right. Just like every other place you were. They play that game. Drug dealers pay good. Sex traffickers pay good. That's why they let it happen. Wow, the mold's going way down. Is that real? Oh, it's because it's getting colder, maybe? What temperature is it? Well, the thing is, if you get it completely, if I get it completely released and the lumbar sits too far on the nerve, then it's gonna my legs will be too weak, right? But I won't know what that is until I get it completely. Actually, it might work with the ablation test to see if that happens. But I was so sick, I couldn't get anywhere. I just like almost like now. It was just today. It was just almost. It was so difficult. It's not that cold. It's 34. It's 46% humidity outside. That's probably why. 46% humidity and 34, but feels like 29. Right. I mean, based upon how long I haven't had treatment, it's going to take. If it's going to fix, it's going to take a little while. Right. I mean, I'm kind of better, I guess, than when I was driving from Naples to Santa or Espanola, but that was only like a little while after it happened, right? And I wasn't like so off kilter with my legs. I mean, I just wish they would have stopped. I'd have found like it was weird because they're casting spells and it's their will. I mean, I know for sure because, like I said, when they don't know to will it, I'm on a phone, a video chat with Monica Maurice, and I see this Spanish woman, and for me, women that are like average look beautiful and things like that, right? And I really don't like some of the women that people consider beautiful, right? Thank you, Larry. But I think she's a good-looking woman, and I don't know if how her health is because of she's homeless at this point. Apparently, her family kicked her out of the house, and she could have a drug addiction. I don't know, but I was thinking I never saw a woman like that the whole time I was there. I said I'd have married her, and she wouldn't even be in the shelter, right? Thank you, Larry. And actually, that was probably the worst place to go for that because the way New Mexico is structured, if you're not in the community, then right, then you don't really see anybody, right? But I was healthy. I mean, I would ride that bike, you know, like I guess it was about 14 miles and be okay. Wouldn't even have one little problem. Right? It's them and their shit they did that did this to me. Right? I mean, I have no idea why anything is allowed. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you that you're all going to hell. I told you for years a bunch of different things to help you understand not to do this to me. I do feel better than earlier, but I'm still screwed up. I mean, they just had no right to do any of it. There was nothing happening. I'm trying to create it, right? I mean, it was their intention, man. They do this to people and they laugh all day. Say how healthy they are and how unhealthy the other person is. Correct. But I have to be careful with the Epsom salts and the magnesium because that can, move, work around, right, and make it worse. No, it's weird because the entire left side is like almost normal, and now my right side screwed up, and that might be something involving some nerve that's it's misreading something, right? Now the right side isn't overly tight, kind of, but so I have no idea. I guess it is right there. I just, I don't want to go into massage therapy and just have them arm bar me the whole time, right? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's showing me that on the right side my neck is too tight, so which could be starting this whole thing, or it could be going the other way. I don't know. So I got to get this appointment with this woman. I just didn't want to. I'm not sure. I'm hoping the doctor doesn't ask me to pay cash up front for these orthotics. Because, Blue Cross Blue Shield said they would pay. Right? And I did give them a charge card just in case they don't pay. Right? I just never asked them that specific question. So it is what it is. It isn't what it isn't. It's possible. I'm not ruling it completely out because I have faith in God that if God could do it, God would do it. Again, but God doesn't own this land. So the whole thing is Christianity screws it up, and people don't understand actually what's happening. Now, God and people in biblical history have said things, but that was for that time, and because it has to be unblocked, and over time things can be unblocked and the truth can expand. No, God didn't want me to have this life one bit. I wasn't even supposed to be in the body, is what God said. I'm supposed to be here as an angel. Right. So I guess Israel's falling apart and Putin's, that's why I said to get in there with Putin real quick. Right. The part about not being in NATO, everything but the land is an issue. But like the land is the only issue. Yeah. And it's not all the land. Right. Like, okay. Well, Putin could say that just to, and then he goes, okay, I'll give up that. Right. If you start from a hard stance, then you can negotiate. But if you start from an easy stance, right? But again, I was thinking that we would just stop the killing for like a season at least, right? And then work the rest out. Well, that's because look, this is the point. Like nobody knows what peace is like because it's been so long, right? Right. So if you get to peace, then you might want to negotiate a little bit more because you realize what peace is. Yeah, Netanyahu was getting cocky, and now the Hamas just douched him. Well, the problem is I'm having trouble finding comfortable ways to sleep without burping my head off. I saw something. It may have been like divine or something. I don't know. It was pretty disgusting. Right? But I went, no. Of course I'm not. I don't have sex with anybody. All right. Well, I wanted to see if they would bring like again. You put pornography that you don't look at and see if they bring somebody that looks like because they're trying to make me have sex with somebody. And I know for a fact they brought black men in that were, I guess they were probably male prostitutes, right? I mean that's all I could like anybody they brought in, even some of the women were probably prostitutes, right? Because they paid them to have sex with me, right? And there was probably cameras, right? 100%. And maybe they were supposed to. Well, the woman would say I raped her, probably, right? Right. But like the men, they would just probably film that. They were trying to move me to a male massage therapist. I could tell. I knew that was probably a setup. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. See, that's why they didn't lower the boom faster. They were trying to set me up, right? They tried to say I tried to have sex with the man. No, I remember I did go to a couple other massage places, but they would operate around those too, right? Actually, I made the right move for health to go to Santa Fe. For some reason, something was holding me back in Arizona from being healthy, right? And when I went back to Santa Fe, that was it. It took off and everything worked, right? I stayed there for a little while, then I left. Right. I remember I wasn't really well in Arizona. I couldn't get well. I think I was a little sick in Santa Fe. So I can't remember how it all went down, but I left for Arizona for just I guess a short trip. And then I think I came back and totally moved out. Right. I think I can't remember. It wasn't bad in Arizona, but I don't think my health was like where I wanted it. And then when I moved back to Santa Fe, because the winters were kind of cold and they didn't bother me. Again, cold is not bothering me right now, so I can't tell you what was going on earlier today, right? Unless it's that mold. So the cold weather just kind of cooled my body and all that. That was actually what happened in Espanola. I actually had to do I did guard duty outside too for them, and it was good to be out there like in the evening or in the early morning because we the Gudarara had gotten shot up, so they asked if we would do does anybody want to do security? So I volunteered for a couple security posts for the first like few days or something, right? So it was cooling my body. Like I was just outside. I'm not being bothered right now. The temperature doesn't bother me, but I have no idea what that is because it usually doesn't. I was just. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, I was younger, and I should have made a decision for that surgery. I believe. Right. I was lighter weight. I was better shape. If it would have worked, according to him, most of his people, you know, it would have just boomed. It would have took a while to heal, but he said they're horseback riding, they're golfing, right? 100%, Larry. So I asked him, could I ride a bike? He says, sure. I mean, if it didn't work, of course, right? But he said, yeah. He goes, as soon as that bone gets off that nerve, everything fires back up. Now it has to be level, or that one nerve would crunch up the back perpetually. So you'd have to kill that nerve. Right? I probably should have got that where they cauterize that nerve. Like they call it something else, ablation therapy. I probably should have got that like years earlier. Right? Even though it was still working, my back would every once in a while get tight. Right? They cursed me. Wait, can we almost slip? That's them. I feel much better than I did today, but the mold is also much lower. Right. And I did take that bath also. Now I used to take magnesium salt baths. I'd get massages. I'd go to the gym, and then I was using the massage beds. Right. We just everywhere I was healthy, they would take it out. Correct. They knew what they were doing. Correct. So again, at this point, I probably should have got that surgery. But again, they keep willing shit that you can't see, right? And the weirdest thing on earth, I go to a rehabilitation doctor, and there's a guy in a wheelchair. They messed up my back surgery. I don't even know if that's real, because the deep state does shit like that, right? It's Hollywood level fraud. Like, hey, you just throw me on all these lists like I'm the criminal, right? Not supposed to be on those lists. So I'm not even supposed to be on the list in the first place. So then, everybody comes into town and then they try to well, we didn't know. You didn't know what? That you were killing somebody that was disabled? No, I could feel all this. Oh, it's too tight. Oh, see. Oh, well, the corticosteroid does is calms the muscles down so that, and the nerves and everything else, so it gives it time to repair and lets it stay relaxed and released long enough to heal. And then if you keep getting massages, that stays, and generally, I mean, that doesn't work every time, but generally stays and then doesn't tighten back up again real fast. Right? That's why I'm cautious in getting massages. Yeah, it's just one piece right here. Oh. And again, if you gave me my money, I'd be able to afford the massages also. I mean, it's my money. They blocked it. Just go look at my file. And just, that's it. Approve it, and that's it. I mean, it's obvious that I have it. It's obvious the law says to give it to me. I might need a steroid shot over here. And that's the other thing, because that came up earlier, that I may actually need specific muscle steroid shots also. Right. Approve my, wait, you don't think I'm going to talk about my disability? Approve my disability. Get it done. Yeah, I tried that no again. It's got to be ultrasonics. It could be devils, like demons. I think it's ultrasonics. Yeah, they're all crazy, right? Everybody's just afraid of them. Right. Well, I could go in the morning for a massage, but I didn't want to go and then be like screwed up for the massage and I couldn't get to the podiatrist. Right. No, my right side's pretty screwed up, but my left side was screwed up yesterday. No, I mean, it just boggles the mind that they think they have that right to do that to me. Right. I think I didn't know who this young guy was. He may have been a setup. I got to my apartment or my extended stay in Tempe, Arizona, and he's always on the steps, and usually he doesn't have a shirt on. He's got his he's a good-looking kid, but he could be a male prostitute or something. And he's got his pants down, as low as they could go without being illegal. They eventually put him out of the place. I was wondering if the deep state set him into motion. I'm worried about being in pain tomorrow for the appointment. I wish I could just lay on my back, but I can't. It triggers my back. But again, maybe the ablation will work, but maybe not. But here we are 4 years later, and I'm just waking up. Right. They were torturing me the whole time. Right. Even in Aurora, Colorado. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, I just come into your community and decide to torture me. I mean, I'm not just getting old. You did this to me, all of you. All those years of this, the same exact thing. I mean, I did the same thing in Naples. I was just younger, Right. The same thing in the Marshal Service. I mean, you have no right to do that to somebody, all of you. I mean, basically, they get paid to do it. Somebody says they'll give them something. I mean, active government people. Just on the take all day. Well, hopefully they can get that right side relaxed. Because I couldn't even think of having that. That's the important part. Because I kept thinking that the other. What it is one side's a little weak, but not weak. The other side is too strong. Right? So I couldn't think. You got to get this side. Like I should have been able to go in the massage therapist in Amarillo and tell them what I needed, like I know now. But you all did your shit and blinded me. And they didn't literally like meet a woman. Like God's not going to be mad with that. Oh, but we're protecting. Oh, you're protecting people. God doesn't care that we do this to you. I mean, I'm tired, but I can't even sit down without making pain. Although sitting in a car wasn't that bad. Maybe I'll give that a try. I mean, they just kill people, so they just don't care. They're sick. Like I said, stay out of my apartment. Well, I might feel better if I drive a little bit. Actually, what time is it? Maybe I'm well enough to return some of this stuff. Right. Some money back on my cards. There's this. No doesn't exist, assholes. It's almost like blasphemy. We only use the Aldi bag for Walmart. Thank you, Larry. What else do I have I can turn back? Oh, right, these weren't working. I might wait to return these. Ugh. Maybe part of it is that I'm not sitting. Right. Well, I can't eat those. Those will make me sick. Let me get rid of these. I got one left. I'll get rid of this. Oh, and I got that other rice, but that might be too heavy. Actually, I could take that in. Long grain rice, 20 pounds. Just put it in a cart. Right. No idea what they thought they were doing. I don't even know how I wasn't in more pain than I was, all cramped up. I have no idea. Oh, still a little bit of pain. I probably need the surgery. I mean, this is the crazy part. Like people will tell you, it's dangerous, but if you need it, you need it. Like people get back surgery all the time. Like they're in an accident and they get back surgery, right? And it works, right? Well, I got no idea what this is. Like, why is this side over here scrunching up? Because once I get it loose, it'll be fine. So what the hell is it? I mean, it's just cramping up. See, it doesn't make any sense. Which makes maybe that I needed that. It just sucks so bad because like right down the street from where I lived, was that doctor, and all I had to do was go in there and let them numb it, and it may have relaxed everything. Right? But I was just so sick. Right? And maybe I just needed a ton of steroid treatments over time. Like I lost time. I could have been getting steroid treatments, but you're all doing your shit all day long, getting paid your millions of dollars, making yourselves famous. I mean, what the hell? I mean, one of the nicest guys on the fucking planet. Rick Henry wants to play a fucking game. So he fucking says, this is the guy you kill. And all the others, whoever they are. Right? Agreed. Don't wonder who paid Rick Henry. Right? Well, like the left side's not that bad. So it's like, why can't the right side be like the left side, like the right side was the other day? Right? Which means the nerves may be thinking something that they shouldn't be thinking. Right? And then it causes that tightening. I mean, just keep attacking till I'm like sitting in my bed, right? And then they start pounding on the wall. No, I was planning to maybe get some surgery, and then they like all of a sudden everything changed because they willed it. They willed it down. They don't want you to heal. They know people got surgery and it worked, and you're like a healthy young guy, right? Or 55 or 56, whatever it was. Right. See? Now I'm gonna go return some of this stuff. I gotta sit in the car because it's causing my hips to be too tight. That was one of the things that messed this up when I didn't have a car and I wasn't driving in my car because that was like a stretch. Right. Caused my hips to get too tight. Right. Again, the key to a lot of this is it over releases, then it tightens back up again, healthy if it can. Right. Oh shit! Where's that other phone? Look, they're all mad because I'm going to Walmart. They won't get their bonus today. Their murder bonus. And then also I'm returning stuff. So like my bills aren't as big as they want them to be. Is that somebody or that? What is that? I'm doing better than I was today, but there's still a lot of residual pain. Right. I mean, I'm all fucked up. Actually, it's increasing after I went outside. Is it because I'm walking or is it because of mold? I mean, all they do is let me live my life. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I mean, you just live in this fantasy world of demonism. No, it's not because I say anything. They're gonna cherry pick something like 10 years or 15 years in the future. Right. And say it's because of this. Yeah, I don't foresee that I can make it without surgery. That's what I should have done 4 years ago. That was their plan the whole time. Stop you from surgery. I mean, maybe after the steroid treatment, maybe, but I'm not foreseeing it because I have it loosened a little bit right now, and every time I walk, it's just burning and hurting. And it'd been better to get it 4 years ago when I was younger and lighter and healthier. Correct. I mean, the story of my life with what they're doing. I mean, you're all going straight to hell. You got no chance of getting to heaven. Not a single one of you. What God did was to show you that I was spiritually correct on a lot of different things, just so you know that that's true. And of course, I told you to stop, so it's not my fault. No, it's all of your faults, all of you. I mean, they're projecting hard. Look, you're trying to block me from going out. I'm going to take this off. Actually, I'm going to leave this on. So I'm going to take it off, but I'm going to take it with me to Walmart. I'm going to broadcast to Walmart. No, it's not simple aging. It's not. It is. Again, it is Persian Gulf War syndrome. But I could have maintained it better had they not been allowed to do this. Again, I want my money. funny. Never did. Never. I was able to release my right side. I was able to massage myself. Oh, see, you can massage yourself. But I didn't see to massage myself until how many years later? You still can't get everything. Be back in a second. You were definitely drugged over the years. Yeah, get away from me, all of you. Speaking with the spirits there. Test. There it is. Couldn't get the microphone to work. On the way to Walmart. So sitting in the car this time is really strange because that left back muscle is like vibrating. Like I think it like is getting a signal to tighten up. It just isn't doing it. Right. But the right is much looser than it was. But it's a little bit sore. Like so, I don't know what it's going to be when it's all said and done. But I don't think there's enough bone to make it work. To tell you the truth. I mean, they got doctors and shit they consult. You know, what's his chances of surviving and being well? Well, he's a healthy guy, probably 95%. So they kill it. Right. I mean, at this point, I'm just going to have to give in and get it, probably. I mean, I was supposed to get surgery 4 years ago, and you just kept my mind bound up with your bullshit, all of you. And they go, if he hasn't committed a crime, then he wouldn't be focusing on us. Bullshit. No, there was nothing I had to do. I mean, there was no clear-cut command of anything. And, of course, you're going to speak out when they're torturing you. Right? It's a scam. Who cares about you, the future? You're going to do it different. I don't give a fuck. You're all going to go to hell. I don't really give a shit about any of you. Right? Meanwhile, it's like nobody people living in nice houses because they don't have an army of people blocking them. Oh, they didn't earn anything. They're the pedophiles. I know what's going on. Just like everybody in this church here. 10's probably a pedophile or rapist. I mean, it boggles the mind. And the fact is, I went and got surgery because I felt well. I was going to get surgery, the cyst removal, because I felt well. So there's no way that I was getting sick. Right. But within 2 or 3 days, I was sick. All I had to do was stay away. That's it. In my life, all I do is stay away. Couldn't do it. A bunch of criminals. Trying to shift what I say. I know they're listening. Nah, I took one salt bath and I could tell there's not much left. Right? I have no idea. I mean, they got my brother's head too. My brother's bad at willing stuff. Right? So they got in his head and he willed the whole thing away because he was aggravated, I guess. Because that's what they do. They make you aggravated. They obsess you over. They don't obsess, but they go back and forth in the head, and then, right? That's what they did to him. Otherwise, I'd have moved up there, spent 6 months to a year there, right? While getting surgery, right? And it'd been over. Right. PSYOP, I'm sure. Right. Nah, I doubt this is going to work. That's all burning and stuff down there. That lower lumbar is all burning. Maybe if I got some massage, but I mean, it just boggles the mind that they were even in my life. I mean, what the fuck? These are supposed to be cops, man. Cop's supposed to introduce himself to me and say, if you need anything, let us help you. We know you're disabled. Ah, ah, ah. A lot of pain. Ah, ah. Ah, ah, ah. I had a whole regimen to keep myself healthy. Oh my! And they picked it apart one by one because they watch you go to the store. He buys Epsom salt. Fuck is Epsom salt? And then if something goes wrong, you can't get Epsom salt bath. Get massage. Fuck his massage. They couldn't. And then if you push through, what do? They go in there and make some fucking bullshit. A ruse. It's a fucking fraud. Not a ruse that they engaged in. It's a fraud. No, they knew, man. They did this to plenty of people. They're sick people. And then when I'm trying to get surgery, they start all over again. Do my brother's head over, so he doesn't even want me up there. Right? Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Look, they're trying to frustrate me, so I won't even go in. Spending their whole day focusing on me. They won't get their $1 billion. Or their $50, whatever they give them if I don't go in here. I mean, that's the world, man. Bunch of crooks and devils. They'll all go to hell. They'll all go to hell. Oh, I'm a mean man. Well, you're going to hell, devils. I should like to live your little fantasy, your Garmet's courthouse fantasy, your little sex tribe. Sorry. I'm really sorry. Last one of them's a piece of shit. Worthless to this nation. I may have forgot to get that rice in here. I'll return what I have, I guess. No, we're not at Stay Peaceful. They want to say, you want me to think Stay Peaceful and hang up. No, I'm going to the store, bitch. And I'm staying live. Right. I'm sorry, Larry. Oh my God. Yeah, it's all loose because I took the salt bath. It's actually starting to work now in the arnica. I don't know if it'll tighten up at a good, and get rid of it. I don't know. Did this to me on purpose. Fucking pieces of shit. Oh God. Oh God. Ugh. Nah, I'd have been fine if they hadn't done this to me. Little shitty bitch and fucking Walmart trying to bring that Muslim couple around me and shit. Like it meant fucking something. Like she's investigating a real crime. Fuck her and fuck her. Hope she fucking dies off the face of the earth yesterday. The whore. Darn whore. And probably a state police whore. They're still trying to push me not to go in because they don't want me to return this stuff. If they can stop me from returning this, somebody will probably give them. They probably already got the text. They'll get $10,000 if I don't return this. Fucking pieces of shit. Nah, it was a wrong choice to stay cramped up like that. Right. Should have got it completely released like this. But I couldn't, I guess. Because you all were interfering. Right. If I could have got it released like this, right, I'd know I need the surgery. I could have got it, like I said, years ago when I was healthier. Right. It's like what psychology didn't they use? What kind of psyop didn't they use? Pieces of shit. Hope you all rot in hell yesterday. Sorry. How you doing? Great, sir. All I asked was leave my fucking health. That's all I asked for. Fucking pieces of shit. Rot in hell. Whoa. I have no idea how.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have no idea your password is. Oh, this is great. It's on this phone. Right. It's on my Walmart's on my other. Oh, here it is. Where's my Walmart thing? Oh, it's in my. Oh, okay, it's in my email. I got to get in the app so I can get to the receipt.
Hey, you coming back? Yeah. Will you take that middle part with you?
Find out where purchases are. I forgot the 20 pounds of rice. Oh, God, this is painful. I wish I got one of those. No, I couldn't. That's a 2-pack. This is crazy. Come on. Well, I do feel better than when I had COVID and didn't know it and was in here. No, I needed to get the surgery. It's probably going to be obvious. Right. They knew it. They just were, they just keep willing it, and they get lucky a certain way, and it happens for them. And then I don't get it. And 4 years later, I figure out I should have gotten it. So, while I'm supposed to be convalescing, they're still there. Don't let them tell you that they walk off or something. Yeah, I did some orders online, and it just didn't work out. So, right. So.
Oh, nice. You're the first one that's actually done it right.
Not working?
Yeah, I think you're a little dirty there. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, that's a little dirty.
Okay, so let me look at the other one. That's probably on something, on a different receipt.
One person right now, right?
What's that?
This is the only one
On that one, yeah. Like that's something. On your 11th.
You broke the seal.
This 20-minute, yeah.
There's 9:42.
Oh, there's 4. What is this? Oh, I got 4 on that one. I didn't realize that. Okay, I apologize. Oh gosh, shit, cash again. And these are the chickpeas. Let me see if I can find that. 6. Oh, I think I have one too short. Oh, I left one at home. That's sad.
I do need to find the receipt. Is that you?
Actually, that's all I'm going to be able to probably return. Well, that didn't work too well. Yeah, that's fine, ma'am. That's all there is for now. I forgot to bring one of these, and so it's only 5, and it was a.
Find the receipt, just bring it back.
Well, I have the receipt. I just have to find it. I bought I thought it was a 5-pack that I bought. It was a 6-pack. So I have to go bring the other one from home. All right, thank you.
I go the smallest one.
I mean, there's an outside chance it just might all tighten back up because everything's loose down there, and it could find a happy medium, but the chances are probably very low, especially since it's cramped up for another 4 years. All right, take care. Thank you. They gave me crash again. The only thing is now when it tightens up, it's over tight, like even more than it was. So I don't know. I don't even think it looks too loud. I don't know if I'm ready for a massage even at this point. I was able to actually loosen up that side pretty good. Well, there's the other thing is, if I can keep it loose, it could tighten up to a healthy tightness, right? Like right now, it may actually be too loose, right? Because it was all tight, so it stretched everything. But like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I should have gotten or even 4 years ago, well, actually, I couldn't do it then, but I got another steroid treatment once I learned what was going on. Right? Well, because I got the steroid treatment, but nobody could unlock it. Right? Somehow, I think what happened is when I got to my apartment in Oklahoma City, I was able to. I don't know if you heard me. It was on a certain setting. Shimmy Cash. Well, the thing is, if you pay PayPal, I think they give you cash. Oh shit! I'm pointing the wrong way. And he just did this to me. See, they willed it. Right. Now, there's a lot of pain around the sciatica right now. A lot of irritation. And I see this person's going to try to play that they're mad. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, they did this to me. They did it on purpose. They knew they were doing this. They knew that I'd most likely have walking issues if they kept going with blocking my massages and all of my treatments. Right. I mean, I don't even get it. I don't get it. With all the criminals in the fucking world, you're just going to fucking come up after me. Right. I should have got the lower lumbar fused 4 years ago. Fucking son of a bitch. You'll pay for that one too, all of you. Every last one of you. I'll curse you again for all of that. They knew what they were doing, all of you. Right. Yeah, I'm the evil one after you did that. Or you and your people did that to me for 30 something fucking years. Fuck you all. Trying to say I raped somebody. Then trying to say I raped my kids. Just so you get people behind it. But of course, they just going to take the money because they're filthy pieces of shit like Rick Henry and Karen Shelton and Chief Quick and Andrew Goodrich and Gary Shovlin. And they go, I heard they went down to Naples. This is what the inside said. They went down to Naples and they got treated like kings. They're buddies in Naples. No, there's probably no way this is going to heal. I was able to release it. But we'll see. But it feels like the whole right side is, sciatica. Right? I mean, I was really managing it well. I went to Santa Fe, Espanola, Santa Fe, got a massage, paid my money. Right. Can't believe this. 4 years later, I finally fucking wake up. Motherfuckers. Every cop that was fucking doing that to me is cursed to fucking death. You pieces of shit. Distort my mind so I couldn't see my own disability and get it surgically repaired. There's no doubt 4 years would have been a better time for it. Correct. 4 years younger. I was a lot lighter in weight, healthier. Right? I just, very, very, very healthy. Except for this thing. I was thinking about it too. I was almost getting to it. They killed it. Right. Then, of course, attacking me here, and then it got worse. Right. Nah, I don't. Probably no sense in going to massage tomorrow. You probably already hired a couple of them, right? You're like discouraged because you already hired them on to do something. Okay, we can go get massage. Like I can feel the push to get massage. They probably already have it set up. I mean, what is she gonna massage? What is she gonna fucking massage? Fucking how many years later I fucking wake up again? Motherfuckers. I'm a devil because I call you a motherfucker after what you did to my life. There's no reason for me to talk any other way to a single one of you. Even if the president is involved, he's a motherfucker if he did it, and he'll be cursed for it. But if he didn't do it, then he's not in trouble. Just to let you know where it is and how it is. Should have got my spine fused, my lower lumbar, 4 years ago. But see, I needed to get to this so I could see it, right? I mean, every fucking day, every fucking place I go. There's no sorry that covers anything like this. And the weird part, when I was growing up, I'd say sorry to my dad. I was just a kid, right? My stepfather. And he used to get like mad because I said, I'm sorry. So I bought him like an I'm sorry rock, When I was a kid, I bought him an I'm sorry rock for Father's Day. It's a piece of granite on a bamboo stand. But, you can see, Satan had vision of the future. Oh, but we're saying sorry. Like you were saying sorry. So you have to accept our sorry. No, it's trashed. I can tell. I got it to relax finally. Absolutely trashed. And of course, it got worse here because you wouldn't let me relax. Nah, you can say good all you like. You're all going to hell. I mean, that's a fact. There's no way. I try to explain it to all of you. It's all about Well, if you didn't hear it, your other people kept you from it. Not hearing it is no excuse. I've already told you all that because you're part of the shut him up system, right? Therefore, you're. I told you, it's really this. God has to be able to trust you all around the other living beings. If God can't trust you all around the other living beings, then you all go to hell. Because you're part of the system that blocked it all. You know what? Maybe it'll get better. I guess I take it back. I guess it could get better. I don't think it will be, but well, because this was all cramped up, right? And just uncramped. So it could cool, but I don't know. All right, no, it didn't look like anybody was following me. Thank you. But I mean, I don't know. It had a different vibe. Right. Thank you, Larry. Thanks, Larry. Hang on a sec. I'll be back. There are several things that they do at intersections that I approach. Like the way they carry themselves at the intersection is kind of strange. It'll be kind of strange, and they didn't show up. Thanks. Like I actually, I'm not going to say it because then somebody will do it. Right. They do something, and it just that way they sign that it's them. Correct. Thank you. So I didn't even see that. Well, there's an outside chance that it could cool. I mean, I don't know if it will, but again, this was all. I did forget that this was all tight today, which would cause it to be, irritated. So I guess I have to get. I mean, I don't think it's going to. There's no doubt I should have probably fused my spine, or whatever procedure else that they thought would work. Because the other guy said he thought it would work just to clean out like a burn. I had like a bone spur or something on the left side. Right. Or maybe both of them, right? So it had more space, right? So just clean out the bone, and that way the nerve would have space. But I might have to get surgery. I don't know. I mean, my back's pretty well released right now, but like all day and yesterday it was all tight. So it may have been the mold that's tightening it up, right? And now since the mold is gone, but I mean, there's a lot of inflammation, bro. Not as bad as it was in Naples. It was horrible. I was totally like just, and then it relaxed and then it built up. So there's a little bit of tension on the right side, but not much at all. I can feel it in the middle. Right. Well, what happens is sometimes they won't, if they don't follow me, if I do that where I'm freaking out, then they all get, you rush out to follow me. See if I'll do something, I mean, that's the strange part. That's what they're actually trying to do. Like, right. They shouldn't be allowed. Car. I'm in a scenario. I gotta go back outside. No, now, but because it was all cramped all day. Right. I don't know where I am with it. Oh God, that hurts. I mean, my sciatic nerves may be just they're just never going to it may not work, right? Because of the bone on it, right? So which it doesn't make sense because the right side doesn't feel weak, right? Oh, what's weird? No, it's 20. When the 2020? We're still 2020. Wait, when did the information about the Yogi Bhajan thing come out? 2021, right? Well, because I went to that Khalsa guy. One of the surgeons' name was Khalsa. So hopefully you didn't think I was like investigating him. And, his parents were in the Yogi Bhajan thing, but he was, just a regular guy. I think at least looked like a regular guy. And that's the point. Like, why are these people attacking me? And why is the government with them when they're a sex cult to begin with? And on top of that, their kids grow up to be back surgeons. I'm just a regular Joe, a poor guy, and I'm doing all that work for your temple and everything. I mean, come on. Thank you, Orange. And even like all the people, all the U.S. attorneys that were in it, and all the agents. I mean, y'all lived a good life. I didn't live a good life. Thank you, Mary. It's weird out here. Is it? Oh, there's that car. Trying to figure out what the hell that light was. Boy, it's cool. Nah, I forgot my combination to get into the lock, the padlock. No, I have some strength in my legs. It's not horrible, but I think the left side's different than the right because the left side it supposedly has a bone set on it. No, it's pretty irritated. No, I should have did it 4 years ago. There's no doubt. I should have been able to get released like this so I could see it. Right. I was probably too young to leave it cramped, right, without trying to fix it. Right. But there was no way to see that it would work because it was all cramped up. So like now I could see that it would work. Right. Oh my God. Nah, they weren't supposed to do any of this. Somebody to control the entire thing. I mean, it doesn't make any sense why they would attack me. You see, all cramped up, and now it's all loose. I mean, it's got to be the mold. If it's real, here's the point: when they do their shit, you don't know what's real and what's not. I mean, they actually did that my entire life, from before I left the government. I'm sure there's CIA and FBI directors that are involved in that shit. I mean, it just sucks so bad that 4 years ago I couldn't. You had to interrupt my ability to get to a doctor to get a surgery, and you had to include my brother and mess my brother's head up. I mean, it makes no fucking sense. Agreed, sir. And then I'm trying to get a sister moved here, and it's probably drugged me. That's what led to me doing all the massage because I was so freaking tight. Does anybody hear me online at all? Am I actually just still in a bubble? Are you all getting credit for all my stuff? Well, you'll burn in hell for everything I tell you that you're going to burn in hell for. Yeah, rah. Yeah,